All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Roblox Studio Basics video tutorial series. We are building a tow truck. In our last video, we created these strobe lights, and in today's video, pretty much what we're going to be doing is we are going to be adding more lights to the truck, and we're just going to be kind of putting on the details. What I want to do is I want to add a light bar up here, which is going to have, let's say you press left, and it's going to have like 3 or 4 lights that light up 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 this way, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 that way. Okay, we could turn it into an arrow. There was a, anyways, if you go into the toolbox, let's see, home, toolbox, and you search for, was it a pickup truck? I think it is. I have the model in Blue Truck City. So the thing about Blue Trucking City is that some of the vehicles spawn from the UI, and some of the vehicles are actually hidden on the map. So you need to use game money to buy like one of the passes. You don't have to use Robux. You can use game money, and like the DOT pass, for example. And then you need to find the location, the DOT location on the map. And there's a spawner there, and that spawner is going to load some trucks here. Now, I don't know if we'll be able to find it. I'm going to do something real quick. Let's go open from Roblox. See if I can explain what I'm talking about. There's 2 ways that we can, at this stage, obviously, there's always a couple of ways that we can advance, right? Just give that a moment. It takes a while. It takes a while to load Blue Trucking City. So we can create our own light bar, okay? Or we can go into the toolbox. We can search for a light bar. And we can, like this, all these people, they create these cool light bars. Click on that one. Look at this one here, okay? We can take a light bar that someone else has modeled. This one looks really cool, actually. Right? It's and we can just change the colors. So those are our options. Let's see. We could use this one even. It's got scripts, but that's neat. Look at this one. This one looks pretty neat, actually. Yeah. Even this one here. These are the same light bars that you see, like if you play Liberty City Emergency Response and that. The same concept, right? Same concept. So what they did is they probably took a few variations of these light bars, and then they put it on the vehicles, and they make them invisible, right? And then when you customize your vehicle, you can make them visible and all that stuff. That's pretty neat. So I really like this light bar here, actually. I'm not going to lie. Let's see this one. Amber lights. That's cool, actually. Right now, I happen to make it. So that's one way of doing it, right? We can use the light bar. Usually it's emergency vehicles or whatever, or you can make your own. Like I made a couple of the rotary, the lights. Let's see if it's loaded. Yeah, oh look, it's still loading. But what I am going to do is just wait for Blue Truck City to. Oh yeah, see now. We'll just wait for it to load. All right. I'm gonna take a pickup truck. And I'm going to add it here. And I just want to just give that a minute here. Now this, I don't know if this pickup truck is the same pickup truck that is in Winter Assault. I suppose I could check that out too, actually. But the light bar, as far as the tow truck is concerned, we can change the color to orange. Now this one here is a nice one too, actually. It's got one script, right? This light bar here. I see it's got the individual lights on it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we can just program those so they light up this way, or they light up that way, or all of them come on and they blink, like they do. Oops, with these lights here. All right, let's see. Is it starting? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. We're in the game. So now it goes server script. No, server storage. Come on. All right, bear with me here when you look at vehicles. All right, look at how many vehicles are in Blue Trucking City. We're talking 50 or 60 trucks. Right? I got the starter truck. There's all kinds. So now, yeah, the DOT pickup. Right, we're going to copy this. My DOT pickup. And we are going to paste it into here. Is this the one? Yes. All right. Excellent. Now I'm going to close this because it... So you saw how long it takes to load the Blue Trucking City. All right, that's one reason why I've been a little hesitant to do much editing. It's going to take a long time to organize it. All right, so now this pickup truck here, I'm going to hit play. I found this truck, modified it, edited it. There's still lots of editing to do. Like we can make the doors open and close and all that. So I made these two ugly lights. Somebody else made this light bar on the back, right? And then what I did is like we always do, we can say lane control on. Oh, see, that's fancy. Then we can say left. Let's turn the lighting down to 5. There, see? So essentially what this vehicle would do is it would follow, right? We can say beacons on. So it's the beacons basically that I'm going to be adding to that truck, I think. Or this light bar here. And I found the light bar. I found this truck with the light bar in the toolbox. You just have to search and search and search, right? Eventually you'll find it. We could say, and then we have all. And we can say right or blank. So that's one way of doing it. And as you can see, all they've done is they've taken this really cool mesh, and these are individual lights, similar to the individual lights that we made on our truck, and they just programmed them. Right? They added some code to it to make it do some stuff. So I like this. Yeah, this is our as you can see, it was. I didn't make the this, but I made 3 or 4 versions of this truck. Oh, look, it still has the light bar on it and a few things, right? A few things that we can edit and stuff. The police package. The bumpers and right, and that's what people do. They find a truck that they like, and then they go through the toolbox, they find meshes, they add the meshes, and all that fun stuff. Okay, so let's enough of that. Let's get started. So the first thing I want to do is I want to add a couple of these lights, let's say to the front of the vehicle. So the first thing we need to do is we right-click, duplicate. Now because it's welded, we need to erase the weld, and we need to re-weld it to another part of the body. If we don't, when we move the bed, all these lights are going to move with the bed. And I did notice this is can collide is on, but we'll just make can collide false just for the purpose of. So what I'm showing right now is I'm showing that when we made the script for these lights, which was long and arduous, we don't want to have to create a separate script just to add a couple of lights on the body. What we want to be able to do is take these lights and move them wherever we want. And that's what we're able to do. That's what we're able to do here. All right, it's just a tutorial, so we'll go to model, create here, and model, create here. And then what I want to do is my favorite thing, turn to lighting to 5. Seems to be the darkest period, 5. And then we'll press play. Hopefully they don't fall off. There, so you can see the 2 lights there. And now you can make it so they're, you know, you can change it and do whatever. Let's turn this one, let's say, on. Cool. Now we got lights on the front. We've got lights all around. Neato, huh? So the next thing we want to do to this tow truck is when I press L, it's got these basic lights, and then these are our high beams. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. See, when you press L, these lights come on, these lights come on, and these lights come on. And that's, so what we can do is we can add other lights. That's what I want to do. Clock time, what did I say, 16? That's what today is going to be all about, creating lights. So in the body, if we say tow bed, body, headlight. That's the first time you press L, it turns on the headlights. The second time, it turns on the highlight. And you see we have one folder here called G1. Inside G1, these are all the lights that turn on, including the mesh. Neato, huh? And then inside it has a point light. Which I don't know. Yeah, see, it doesn't say. We can do this. And we can say dot light dot enabled, right? Oops, dot light dot ENA LED equals true. Okay, and then we need to take this, go copy down here, that, and we can say false. Now, group 2 I silenced because it was part of the trailer, but what we're going to do is we're actually going to change that. Let's just get rid of that, just so we don't confuse ourselves here. Let's just get rid of that. Really, really, really basic. Really simple. It's going to turn all, and all these have lights in them. So now when we press play, let's change the clock time to 5. And when we press play, all these objects, instead of just turning neon, if they have lights in them, which they all should have lights in them, just with the code. Oh, actually, that doesn't matter. I don't need the UI for this. Oh, get out of there. Okay, close that down. We're going to put a close button in here, too, just the same way. Okay, so when I press L, there, now you see we have headlights. And this has a faint orange light to it as well. And now we also have our brake lights, which need to be modified. The hazards, all that works. The problem is they don't go red. Right? Where's the red? Where's the red? And then we have, of course, our reverse. Let's see. Okay, easy peasy, easy peasy. All right, so let's get started on this light bar, whatever you want to call it, light thingy that we're going to have up here. Let's, do we want to use a custom one for the purpose of this tutorial, or do we want to go into the toolbox? Let's make a custom one. Why not, eh? For the purpose of the tutorial. Let's see, toolbox, light bar. Yeah, you know, there's just some really nice ones in here, I think. I think we're gonna use one from the toolbox, is what I'm really leaning towards. This bad light bar, it says. Okay. Probably bad because it doesn't work the way they want it to. Right now, it's just a matter at this point in time, this is all cosmetic. But again, somebody was asking me about tow trucks, and I just want to kind of do as much as I can for them to show them all the neat things that you can do, custom things you can do to your vehicles, right? Then you build a road and a workshop somewhere. Maybe we'll do that too. I don't know. Maybe we'll make a game. This could be the start of us making a little game here that we'll publish, a little towing game or something. Single player. Yeah, it could be a little single player towing game. Good ideas. Good ideas. Okay, so this light bar, I'm getting distracted here. It's a Liberty, and then it's got all these lights in it. And oh yeah, look, there's scripts in every single main V. If main v.elon equals true, then main v. All right, that's probably why he said it was bad, because it's broken. Yeah, look at this. What are these? These are the individual lights. Oh, goodness me. One word of caution: when you are using objects from the toolbox, these types of things tend to happen. You do have to go through them, and you do have to edit them. We want them to function properly. We don't want them to be broken, right? Why is that important? Well, it causes undesirable effects. And what Roblox will do is they'll shut your game down. If your scripts don't work properly, it doesn't bother them. They'll just shut it down. Okay, and then we have a few mesh parts here. Neat. So now what we're going to do is we're going to weld. We have to individually weld every single part to, so let's go model, and we're just going to weld it here to this part here. So just click on each one. I don't know if there's is there a hotkey for Control W or something? Now, unfortunately, in this case, we can't just, we're going to have to individually label each one of these lights. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because we want each individual light to turn on and off and do what we want, right? So this part of the tutorial it's going to get a little confusing. So let's rename this one A. A, B, C, D, E, F. A, B, C, D, E, F. Make sure we got each one. Each one. B, C, D, E, F. All right. And then on this side, same thing. Rename. AA. Rename BB. All right. Rename CC. Rename DD, rename E, and rename FF. Okay, so this is just going to be a basic light bar. We're going to put, oh, did I miss a couple? Oh, look at this. We've got a light there and a light there. So we are going to rename this to, strobe A, or it's basically, what do we want to call these ones here? Let's say spot A and rename spot B. So when you're driving an emergency car, these lights, they have them labeled as the takedown lights. I think that's what it is. When you pulled somebody over and then you turn these two lights on, and what that'll do is that's going to illuminate. It's going to light up the truck white, I guess, so we can see in the dark. It's either that, or I was thinking maybe we'll add a couple of spotlights. Maybe we'll do that too. We'll add a couple of custom spotlights here and maybe a button. You know, I'm a big fan of, I don't like everything being on one, like the main UI, for example, right? If you've played Blue Trucking City, they could get in the crane, for example, and there's like 20 plus buttons just to operate that vehicle. And it makes these things just so encumbered, right? So, and it makes them so large and they're in the way. That's what I like to do is I like to break it up. I like to add buttons on the vehicles also, just to kind of, you know, just explore, right? Play the game. Okay, so now what we want to do is let's change the color of these lights. At this point in time, obviously this is customization. If we were making, say, a DOT tow truck for a game, we could leave these blue, a customs tow truck, right? Right now they're medium blue. We're just making this a regular emergency tow truck. So we're gonna make these yellow. Okay, and then now what we wanna do is drag this model into the miscellaneous folder. And the next step is editing the frame. Where are we? We need to add the code. Excuse me. We need to add the code. So we're going to use the truck frame here. Let's just do this for now. And then, yeah, actually, I got a better idea. Let's do this here. Let's do this here. Something like that. That'll work. And then we're going to right-click, insert object. We're going to insert a text label. We'll do that. Right-click, insert object, UI corner. Don't worry about editing that. And then this is just a label. This is going to say truck. That way, when all these windows are open, it's easy to determine, all right, which does what, right? So now let's take the on button. We're going to duplicate that, and we are going to rename that to light bar on, and then let's duplicate that. And we can rename that light bar off. It's long. Sometimes it's nice to just keep things simple. Light bar on. Light bar off. So all right, what this is going to do is so inside the model, we're going to right click, we're going to insert a bool value, which is true and false, and we can rename this to on, it doesn't matter. And then these two buttons are just going to turn this to true or false, and that is the value that we're going to use when we add the code for here. So now we need a button for the spots. All right, so we can duplicate this. I'm probably not going to have enough room on this. I'll have to make this frame a little bit longer here. You notice that every time you change the size of the frame, you have to. I think unless you anchor them, I think you can anchor them inside the. I haven't really delved into that, but I think you can anchor them. Okay, so rename What are we gonna rename this? Let's say spot on. Rename. No spaces there, but we can have spaces here. Semi-bold, sure. Spot on. And then let's duplicate this one here. And rename this spot off. And here we can say spot off. Whoops. And of course, this all is the light bar. So same thing. When we did the, oops, we've got this text label here. If we shrink it a little bit, and then we duplicate that also, and we can change the label on here to light bar, and then that way we know we don't get confused. So now we need to figure out what we want, what functions do we want to have in our light bar. And I'll admit it is a little small, but I think in the dark it's gonna look fantastic. And then what we do is we'll add we can add rotating lights or spotlights or whatever to it, which we'll get into that. So what do we want it to do? We want to be able to go left and then right, and then maybe blink. All right, so what is that? That's six more buttons that we need. So we're gonna have to make this a little bit bigger. Running out of room space here. I mean, this is big for now. What I would do is, after I've done this process, I would then replace these buttons with images, and I would make them a lot smaller, and that way you just click on the image, or something to that effect. Okay, so let's duplicate that, and this is going to be rename right, and let's change that to right, and then we're gonna duplicate this because it's right on, right off, and then this will be left on. Let's change that to right on, right on, right on. Okay, and then we need to duplicate that, and we want to say maybe blink on. Yeah, so it can go left, it can go right, and then it'll just blink, and then all of them will turn on and turn off, turn on and turn off. And we're gonna make it so that way the back lights do the same thing as the front lights. So that'll be cool, right? So if you're driving down the road in your game and it's at night and you see the tow truck pulled over and he's helping these people out, right? And he'll have his lights on. Oh boy, I'm having way too much fun. All right, so right, and we'll rename this to right on. Rename this left on, and we're gonna rename this to blink on. And then we'll duplicate that, and we will say right off the vehicle, duplicate, we'll say left, and left off, and then we'll right click, duplicate, and blink off. And then probably what we'll do also in the next video is we're going to add a radio. I'll show you how to. We'll add a radio in here, and we're going to do some cool stuff, I think, to this tow truck. And probably what I'll do is maybe I'll add it. I'll upload it under me, and then that in my inventory for free. And then that way, if anybody wants it, they can just take it and add it to their game, and it'll work. I really like that. That's what I like to do. Making things that work, you can just add to your game, plug and play, and away you go, right? I would do that for my other vehicles, but I really need, over the last year and a half or so that I've been scripting in that, we've really, the way that we did things in the beginning is not the most efficient way, and now we know far better ways to code. So it's probably going to take several months. I'll have to go over every single vehicle again, change the sounds, all that kind of stuff, right? And then I'll re-add them. So that's why it's, it's the fun thing about Roblox. You create a game and you learn how to make it, and it kind of functions. And then you create another game and it's better, and another game and it's better. Okay. Now let's rename this. Right off the vehicle. This one here, rename. Left off. And this one here, rename. Blink off. Okay, easy peasy, easy peasy. Now we're done. We're done making the buttons. Okay. Now we have to program the buttons into the controller. And now this in here, okay? It's funny how we have this sectioned off, right? So basically, oh, look at that. Mouse button on, off, right? Let's copy these two functions here. And we need how many more? Let's see. That's blink. All right. Then we have left, right, and spot. Okay, so now we have to organize this. All right. So blink on. Blink off. Blink on. And it's really easy to make the variable the same name as the button. And we have right on and right off. Now we have left on and left off. All right. And then what was the last one? Was spot. Spot on and spot off. I might be missing one. I have a feeling I'm missing one. Spot off. Oops. Spot off. Strobes, blink, right, left, spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The strobes we already got. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's take a look at this just to visualize. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, and then light bar on, light bar off. So one more. Light bar on, right? And then we just say here, light bar on, and then here, let's see, light bar off, and then we say light bar off. Okay. Those are the buttons. Now we need to create functions for the buttons. We need to code the buttons. So what I'm going to do here is we'll do this. Oh, can I not separate it like that? Yeah, I can. And we can say if variable is equal to, what's our very first one? Light bar on. Then we'll say script.parent.model. I'm going to rename it to light bar. That way we know what we're talking about. So script.parent.lightbar.on.value equals true. Simple. And then we can copy this, control copy, control V, off, and we can say false. Okay. Right, so now we're doing this a little differently. Let's see, when we made these lights, we added them all to a single folder, and we wanted them all to turn on at one time. So because we want these lights to, say, turn on individually, we can add them here without needing a separate script to control them. Excuse me. So that is going to make things easy. If variable is equal to, let's say right on, then what do we want to do? We want to say local, whoops. Let's create some variables here. Local, well, let's see, does that matter? Probably not. All right, let's say script dot parent dot lightbar dot a. All right, dot let's say material equals neon. Then we need to say script dot parent dot lightbar dot a dot light dot enabled equals true. And now what we're going to do inside A is we're going to right click. Let's see here. This is where we need to kind of figure this out. We're going to insert an object, L-I-G-H-T. So we have three types of light: surface light, spotlight, and a point light. If we do a spotlight, and then what we're going to need to do is change the lighting down. Okay, so we can see the spotlight, and that might be good. Let's change the color just so it's a little more dynamic. There, so you see it, how it lights up on the tow truck bed. If you want to change the range, you can. Right? See that? Wow. Which is what we'll do for the spotlights, but we probably won't do that for the emergency lights. We can leave it like that for now. So what's going to happen when it goes... Actually, where this will be left, because we're working from A to F. So let's say left on. So we have A... What, are we going to go all the way to F? We want this to turn on, and then we want to say wait. Let's say 0.1, and then we want this to turn off. So we want this to return to plastic, and we want this to be false. And then we're going to say wait 0.1. Oops, where? Unknown global, yeah. Tell me about it. All right. Oh, here, what I'll do is add a wait command here too, just so I can copy and paste that. Okay, so now what we need to do is take this. We need to copy that. There, we can get rid of this now. And we need to do it A, this will be B, C, D, E, F, right? B, B, C, C, D, D, E. Oh, no. Oh, this will be C. Oops. 4 for each. D, 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 D. And then we'll say E, 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 E. All right. And F, 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 F. Now that's only one side of the light bar. Oops. No, we still have to do it for the other side. A, A, B, B, C, C, D, D, E, F, F. Let's see here. Let's just copy this. We have to duplicate that, and then let's copy this and duplicate that. Let's copy this, duplicate that, copy this, duplicate that. Now, unfortunately, we're going to have to delete all of this because I messed up. And then we're going to copy this. All right. B, C, D, E, F. All right. Then we have A, 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 A. Oops. Oops.
3, 2, 1, 0, 0. Discovery, go and throttle up.
Discovery's 4 computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Oh boy. I'm starting to fall apart here. Almost there. Now this is only one button, right? Think about it. This is only left on, right? So I'm just a little hesitant here. Remember I was trying to make the while loop with the other one? Oh boy, I think that's probably what we're going to end up having to do. Is the same thing as Even though I said we aren't going to have to do it, we are going to have to do it. Okay, so we're going to right click, insert object, script into the light bar. And from the UI controller, all right, so let's think about this for a moment here. How did we this one here, while true do, we need this. All right, and basically script dot parent dot on dot value equals true then. Now we need to take all this code that we just wrote here. We need to cut it out. So Control X. And we need to paste it, Control V, into our new script. All right. And then I did I say else? I did. Okay. Just a second here. Else. Oh boy. Else. And then that was it. Just make them normal. Okay, so now we need to go control. This doesn't have to be as complicated, right? Because we're just turning everything false. So technically, we just need this part, right? Technically, so that would be A, B, C, D, E, F. Right? And we're just returning this to plastic. And this is going to be plastic. And this is going to be false. All right, just like that. So let's get rid of this then. Let's copy this. B, C, D, E, F. A, B. A script up parent. Oh boy, script dot parent. We have to get rid of light bar and all of this. All right, we'll figure that out in just a moment here. Just a moment. So see, a little bit more editing to do. See. All right, and I'm just noticing now that I'm changing this, and it's not recognizing where they are, but that's kind of good. E. Oh no, this will be F. Now it would just be script.parent, which is where I screwed up. Script.parent.f, because here's the script. It's inside the light bar. Script.parent. So we have to get rid of all this. In every single one. We have to get rid of light bar. Now you can understand why I found one that somebody else had made and just modified it a little bit so it would work. It takes a fair amount of time. And this is only one function. And we have to reverse this for the other functions, right? For it to go the other way. So, but we are going to do all that within this one script. I'm not going to make a whole bunch of different scripts. We don't need to. We don't need to. Oh boy, this is painful. I'm really sorry. Okay, then after this, we're going to test it here. We're going to test it in the game. I don't know. What's faster, that or that? I don't know. Probably this. People are following along. They're like, seriously? Seriously? I gotta do what you're doing? Seriously? Seriously, bro? For cereal. All right, we made it. We made it. We made it. Oh, okay. All right, now, I don't know. Let's. Yeah, the other thing. This light. Let's copy it. Oh, no. We need to rename it to light. Before we make that mistake also. Okay, well, let's copy that. And we need to paste into. And make it enabled. False. Let's do that. Copy it. Paste into. Enabled. False. Excellent. Right click. Paste into. Right click. Paste into. Right click. The tedious stuff. I'm just thinking, I wonder how that would work. We could create NPCs. Okay. All right, let's see if this is gonna work. Cross fingers, please. And that was left. Yeah, you can see all the buttons, right? That's going to be, is it left on? Left on, left off. Nope. All right, something happened here. What is it? Oh, what does it do when you push the button? All right, we got to finish that. We can say script.parent, .lightbar, .on, .value equals true. Okay, now, in theory, see how smart we are. Okay, left on. Oh yeah, look at that. See that? Cool, huh? So maybe we don't have the... Yeah, maybe it's just, we just want it to be like that. instead of, I did notice some of those lights weren't working. Did you notice that? We should slow this down. Let's see here. Pretty much what we calibrating, right? Calibrating. That's Stormworks is the same. Build it and test it, test it, test it, test it, test it, test it, test it. All right, let's see if 3 seconds is a little bit. 0.3. 1 second is a bit long. Okay, let's see here. Left on. Now it looks like only the light on one half is turning on. So what we're going to do is get rid of this part, the light enabled. All right. I don't like the light in there, in that particular part. But you can see if this was a police, like an emergency kind of thing, you could have half the lights blue, half the lights red, or whatever, right? And then you can see it turn them on and off. This is part of testing. You don't know until you build it, and then you have to take a look at it. Okay. Neon plastic. Do we want this plastic? I guess I almost want to change the transparency too. Just because the only issue I see now is that maybe it's not an issue. It's kind of hard to see let's see, left on. Oh, that looks good. Yeah. Maybe we'll speed that up a little bit. See that there? Yeah, it's going. Yeah. Seems to me like 2 is ideal here. Yeah, now what I want to do next, instead of the light, is we're going to make these go visible and then invisible. All right? So let's see. I want to see how this is going to work. Let's see. Script dot parent dot a dot transparency equals 0. Script dot parent dot aa dot transparency equals 0. And then if we change that to say 0.3, I don't want it to be totally invisible, but semi visible. Let's see here. Left on. I don't think that matters, to be totally honest. I think it looks good. All right, so there we have it. We have our light bar. The beginnings of our light bar. So yeah, if you want to change transparency, this is where you do it. We're going to scrub that from here. We don't need that. All right, let me just do a time check on 1 hour. 1 hour, and this is where we're at. Okay, well, getting into overtime. I'm going to stretch this into a second video. All right? So that's all we have for today. Let's do a quick recap. What did we do? Not much. We took a button, or we took one of these strobe lights, and we put them on the front of the truck. And then we went through the toolbox. We looked for a light bar. We found one that we thought we liked. Now you can scale it, right? You can use the scale button on the actual light bar itself. See, it'll make the whole thing. We can make it nice and big. And then we had to add some buttons and write some code. We're not quite done with the code yet. In the next video, we will definitely finish the light bar, and then maybe we'll jump onto something else. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.